Hello everyone and welcome back to Rusical. My name is Ashley. I'm one of the co-hosts here on the channel. My other co-host is currently not here. He is just finishing up his soccer practice with his kiddos, and I'm recording this right after I recorded the white one because I'm trying to save us a little bit of time. We are very, very busy people, and honestly the weekends fill up. So I'm trying to save us a little bit of time and get some things recorded. So welcome back to our Avatar limited review set. Limited set review. Wow. I need to slow down. Oh my goodness. We are now on blue. We've done multicolor and colorless. We've done white. And now we are on to blue. So anyways, we're going to start talking about some blue cards here in a second. But first, I just want to remind you. We are a very small channel. We would appreciate if you like, comment, subscribe, share. Any and all of it is greatly appreciated. We are currently at time of recording, I believe. Let me check my phone. We are currently sitting at 282. Well, that's going to be awkward. Last video we were at 283. We kind of bounce up and down, and that just happens sometimes. So, anyways, we're at 282. Get us back up. We would love to make 300 by the end of the year. We know we're shooting for the moon with that, though. But really all it takes is one of you every now and then subscribing, seeing this, doing it. Like, truly we cannot begin to show our appreciation. We have a whole video about how much we appreciate everyone who subscribed to this channel because we blew up for a second, not in the way that everyone thinks, but we gained like 70 something subscribers in like a week, and we thought that was insane because it is insane. We did not think we'd be here before the end of the year, and we didn't even think we'd make this by the end of the year. So we're really grateful for that, but any support you want to show the channel is greatly appreciated. We love y'all, and y'all are what makes Roll Skull. But anyways, let's hop into these blue cards. All right, we are going to start out with a lesson. This is Accumulate Wisdom. I really like the name of that. So this is one in a blue. It's a lesson. Obviously, I already said that, I think. Oops. So you're going to look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Rest on the bottom. And then put each of those cards in your hand instead. If there are 3 or more. Ooh. So you almost want to wait until you have lessons. You've already used a couple of the lessons in your graveyard. Because then you can actually just keep all 3 cards in your hand. Oh, I like that. I think that's really cool. I don't think it's going to be super crazy, though, so I do think it's going to get, like, a 2. I don't think it's anything insane. I think it's cool you get to, like, look at 3 cards and pick one, but I just don't think you're really ever going to see a whole lot of put each of these cards, 3 more lesson cards in your graveyard. Lessons aren't super, I mean, they're relatively abundant in the set, but I just don't know how much you're going to be playing them, because you have to pull a lot of them, especially in a limited format. All right, we're going to look at Benevolent River Spirit. It's 2 blue, creature, spirit. As an additional cost, cast a spell, Waterman 5. So you have to tap artifacts or creatures, or you have to pay 5. Wow, so this really becomes like a 7 mana thing. Okay, Flying Ward 2, and whenever this creature enters, scratch you. Okay, interesting. It's a 4/5 with flying. But you do have to, like, tap things down. Well, even down. You have to either tap things that you own or pay the 5. I don't know how I feel about that. But it's a 4/5. I think I'm going to give this one, like, a 4. I think it's really interesting. I just don't know how much actual good use you're going to get out of it. Because really, a lot of times, it might end up being a full 7 mana that you have to wait. Unless you have things that you're just willing to tap. You know what I mean? Specifically to do this. That you don't want to attack with or block with or anything like that. So I'm going to give this one like a... Oh, crap. What did I say? 4? I think it's a 4. We're going to give the 4. All right, Boomerang Basics. Here's a lesson. Obviously, we know who had a boomerang. All right, 1 blue. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you control that permanent, draw a card. Ooh, so you can like kind of bounce something small back to your hand and you draw a card. That's really, really neat. Because like for 1 blue mana, it's like, okay, draw a card. You have to cast out the other thing still, like, okay, you get to draw a card. And you can even bounce something that is about to die, is being targeted by something else. Well, I use a sorcery, so you can't. It's not instant speed. But you could, like, if, you know, you just moved to combat and now it's tapped and you were like, well, I wouldn't mind having that enter trigger again. That's not bad. So I do like that. I'm going to give that one like a 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. Crashing Wave. We've seen a lot of 2 blue mana things so far. A lot. It's been like 2 things. Alright, so sorcery. As an additional cost, cast a spell, Waterbend X. So we're doing X because then we'll tap up to X target creatures. Oh, but you only get 3 stun counters? It's not X stun counters? Oh. among any tapped creatures. So you can tap X, and then you can put 3 stun counters on any tapped creatures, not necessarily the creatures that just got tapped. It's any tapped creatures. So, like, this could be good, you know, if they did attack with something big and they were able to get that through, but it doesn't untap, you could still put that stun counter on it. That's really interesting. I think I'm going to give this one, I do like the water ban cost. It's kind of like you pay what you want. I'm going to give this, I think, honestly, I'm giving this one like a 4.5. I think this one's actually pretty okay. You know, I don't think it's too bad. Okay, Ember Island Production. So it's a sorcery for 3 and 2 blue. Once again, we're seeing a lot of double blue here. So it's going to make these a little harder to cast because you do need the 2 blue pipes. You know, but I'm also thinking of things like, I'm just getting too ahead of myself. All right, so it's a sorcery. You're going to choose one. Oh, wait, choose one. Your first option is to create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. So this one's you control it. Except not legendary, and it's a 4/4 hero. This is kind of like Kaviro. Kaviro? I don't know. It's kind of like Kaviro a little bit, but not a lot. Except you have to, like, control the creature. Okay. And then create a token that's a copy of target creature an opponent controls, except it's not legendary. It's a 2/2 coward in addition to its other types. Stop. That's literally hilarious. So, like, if they had a good, like, ability on that creature, you would want to take their creature. Yeah, it'd be a 2/2, but they have a good ability on it. Now, if you just want, like, a good ability that's on one of yours, you get a 4/4. I love the flavor of that. That is so cool. I'll be showing this to Nathaniel later. I don't think he's seen this one. And that's really flavorful. I'm giving this one, like, a 4. I think it's pretty cool. It does cost 5 mana, though, so that is kind of a lot. But I think that's really neat. Okay, first time flyer, 1 and a blue. Yay, single blue pip. Alright, flying, when this creature gets +1/+1 as long as there's a lesson in your graveyard. So it becomes, really, as long as there's a lesson in your graveyard, it's a 2/3. I do think that has a bigger butt than it has front, just because it is flying, and that can sometimes be something people want to remove. But, oh, so it's not going to be accumulating +1/+1. It's going to be just like a stationary +1/+1. Okay. You don't get +1/+1 for each, it's just as long as there's a... Okay, I'm going to give this one like a 2. I don't think it's crazy. I'm going to give it a 2. Alright, flexible waterbend. 3 and a blue. Vigilance, waterbend 3. This creature, ooh, it's a 2/5. Let me make that clear. It's a 4 mana, 2/5. 4 mana, 2/5 vigilant. You can waterbend 3 though, and it becomes a 5/2 until end of turn. So, like, if you wanted to attack, but you didn't have anything crazy big, you could waterbend 3, and then it becomes a 5/2. Okay. Okay. I kind of see what we're doing here. I do think it's a lot because you got to pay the waterbend cost. So I just don't know if 4 mana is really doing it for this. But I guess it is a vigilant, so you can attack and block with it, and it does have a big butt. I'm going to give it like a 3. I'm going to give it like a 2. Alright, forecasting fortune teller. Creature human advisor. It's 1 blue. When it enters, you create a clue. Interesting. Interesting. I haven't seen any clues yet. Alright, and it's a 1/3. Honestly, that's not bad because you do get to create a clue, and it's kind of got a butt, so like you can kind of like block with it in the very beginning. I don't think that's terrible. I don't think it's great, so I'm going to give it like a 2, and I like that you get a clue with it. Alright, Geyser Leaper, 4 and a blue. Flying, waterbend 4. Draw a card, discard a card. Oh, you gotta pay 4 to draw and then discard? Oh, and it's a 4/3, you're paying 5 mana. I don't think this is great, you guys. I'm giving this a 2. Why do I gotta pay 4 to draw and then discard? I pay 4 to draw a card. 5 for a 4/3? I just don't think this is great. I mean, I get it, it's fun, but like, I'm looking for a little more than a 5 mana 4/3 flyer, you know what I mean? I don't think that's great. This is so cute. Okay, the giant koi. Oh, okay. 4 and 2 blue. Fish. You can waterbend 3, and it can't be blocked. That's something I think that is worth it if you do waterbend 4. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be blocked. Like, I would just attack with this, and then waterbend 3, tap, 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 boom. Can't be blocked. 5 damage. So it is 5/7. And then you can island cycle. So like if you pulled this like, you know, early on in the game, you could very easily, okay, great, I'm just going to island cycle this and go get an island and chill. I do like that. I like that it has island cycling. I'm going to give this one like a 3. I don't think it's going to be a game-changing card. I do think it's very expensive for the limited format. And with the Waterbend 3, I'm adding on top of that so that it can't be blocked. I just think it's a very expensive card. I don't know if that's great for what we want. All right, we have got Gran. 1 blue. Whenever Gran becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Oh, cute. That is cute. I like that. Draw a card, then discard. So non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast as long as there are 3 more lesson cards. Okay, so as long as you have 3 lessons, everything that's not a creature, so like your other lessons, basically, you can pay 1 less. Oh, whenever she goes tapped, you draw and discard. But she's a 1/2, so like, I don't know how often. I guess like in the early game, I'm probably going to be attacking with her because she is a 1/2, so it's a little harder to like kill her. And then I will get to, because tap, draw a card, and discard a card. She's also probably not a bad thing to waterbend with. I kind of forgot that like waterbending, which can tap creatures, is actually probably a good thing to tap. I'm going to give this like a 3. I actually really like that one. Okay, Honest Work. 1 blue, enchant creature an opponent controls. When it enters, you can tap the enchanted creature and remove all counters from it. The enchanted creature loses all abilities and a citizen with base power and toughness 1/1. And tap, add colorless named Humble Merchant. This is kind of like Whip Pro. This is very much like Whip Pro from Foundations. I think y'all know what that card does, but I'm just going to look up Whip Pro MTG. Okay, we're going to go to Scryfall because apparently Witness Protection. Backspace. Sorry, y'all, our computer is like on the other side of the desk. Yeah, so the blue loses all abilities and green-white citizen creature with... Yeah, I mean, this is really... I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference. This one does let them tap it for mana, though, so that's something to keep in mind. This one does remove all counters from it. This one remove all counters from it? No, it just loses all abilities. This one will remove all counters, and it'll lose all its abilities. That's pretty cool. I do like this. It's much better than this, but it's very similar to this. So, I'm going to say it this way. Oh, goodness gracious, you guys. This one I'm going to say is definitely... this one's definitely like a 4. Sorry, you guys. Nothing else. Try to call me. Give me 1 second. Anyway, sorry guys. I had to tell him that I can't call right now. Okay. That means that he's out of soccer practice and he's finally coming home to me. Alright, Iguana Parrot. I don't know how much I remember this from the show. Yay! I was right. He's on my way. On my way. I said on my way. I literally read his text to y'all. Oh my god, stop. I can't. That's how you know it's been a long day with kids. Okay, Iguana Parrot. I literally don't remember this from the show, literally whatsoever. This is kind of cute, though. It's kind of ugly and cute all at the same time. Like, it's ugly cute. Yeah. Anyway, so 2 and a blue, Lizard, Bird, Pirate, Flying, Vigilance, Prowess. Ooh, Prowess. Holy shit, we're seeing Prowess. Oh, because Sokka is like is it commander? Sorry. My brain stopped. So, Flying, Vigilance, Prowess. It'll get +1/+1 whenever you cast a non-creature spell. That's not bad. And a 2/2? Defiling Vigilant for 3/2/2. I'm actually going to give this probably like a good 5. This is actually pretty good. This could be pretty helpful. Alright, Invasion Submersible. 2 and a blue. Artifact Vehicle. When this vehicle enters, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Exhaust Waterbend 3. Ooh, we're seeing the exhaust mechanic come back. We saw this in... Crap, what is it called? Aether Drift? And I don't know if we've ever seen exhaust in anything else. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think we ever saw exhaust until Aether Drift. So this is really interesting that it's making a comeback. Okay, so you can exhaust it. God, what is... Yeah, you can activate the exhaust ability only once. So it's like one thing you can only do one time. That's why it's called exhaust. So anyways, let's get back to what it actually freaking does. Okay, it's two in a blue. It's a vehicle, obviously. And when it enters, you're going to return one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Okay, so you can remove something. Then you can waterbend 3, and it becomes an artifact creature, and you put 3+1/+1 counters on it. So you're telling me this only becomes a 3/3, and I gotta pay, and I can only do that once? Oh, but it's not until end of turn, so it will then always be an artifact creature after you pay the waterbend cost. That's super, super interesting. So you just have to pay 3 to get out, and you can remove something, and then you pay the other 3 for it to become the actual creature. But then it's always the creature because it's an exhaust ability, so you can't trigger it more than once. That makes some sense, actually. You know, I'm going to give this like a 4. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't know if it's great either. I don't think it's great. I'm going to give it like a 3.5, actually. We're going to knock it down about 1 notch and say 3.5. Yeah, we're going to go 3.5. I like 3.5. Not the it'll quench ya. I'm dead. All right, it'll quench ya. 1 and a blue. Instant lesson. So counter target spell unless it's counter pays 2. Awesome. I love it. You know, I love a good counter target spell, and this is great, because if they don't have that 2 mana, then shit, you just counter their spell. Now, if they do have the 2 mana, then that just means that you probably stop them from being able to play something else, or being able to play something against you until their next turn. So honestly, not a bad choice for a counter spell. So I'm gonna give this like a 4. I mean, these are always great. These are classics. I mean, nothing crazy about it. Oh, Katara, my girl. All right, Katara, Bending Prodigy, 2 and a blue. At the beginning of your end step, if she is tapped, you put a +1/+1 counter on her. Ooh, okay. So like as long as you're attacking with her, or you know, water bending and paying with her, then you'll get a +1/+1 on her. Okay, so waterbend 6, draw a card. That's kind of crazy, but I think it's actually pretty good value, honestly. Even if you take away the waterbend 6, that's not bad at all. I'm definitely giving this like a 5, considering how much we waterbend, and that's like tapping and stuff. I like that. I'm gonna give it a 5. Excuse me. All right, Knowledge Seeker, 1 and a blue. Vigilance. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 on this creature. When it dies, you create a clue token. Okay, so whenever you draw your second card, you put a +1/+1 on it, and then when it dies, create a clue. That's not bad, honestly. And for it to be a 2/1 for 2 mana, that's honestly not something bad to get out. But you're definitely playing that like an Izzet deck, where you're drawing more often, because you're not in... you're definitely not drawing a whole lot in probably anything else, really. But that's cool. I do like that one. I'm going to give that like a 3. All right, Lost Days, 4 and a blue. Lesson. Owner of target creature or enchantment puts into the library, second from the top or on the bottom. You create a clue token. Huh. Okay. So, like, you're making them get rid of something, but they have the opportunity to just put it second from the top. I don't know how much I liked that, actually. You do create a clue at the end of it, but, like, I'd rather just be able to draw a card. I mean, I paid 5 mana for this. And they could just have it back in 2 turns. What do their clues look like? Those are cute clues. I like those clues. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna give this like a 2. I don't think this is great. Master Paku. Prowess. We love a good prowess, because obviously we know we've got Izzet in this. Whenever he becomes tapped, target player mills X cards, where X is the number of lesson cards in the library. So you would definitely want to run a lot of lessons, and it looks like the prowess is really just running a lot of lessons and getting those lessons in your graveyard, because there's a lot of graveyard payoff for having lesson cards. There's a lot of payoff for having lesson cards in your graveyard. So this is actually pretty cool. If you don't have a whole lot of lesson cards in your graveyard, though, there's not a lot of payoff to this. But, you know, as long as you're prowess and you're casting them, you can get him pretty beefy. So I'm going to give him like a 3. I feel like I have a lot of 3s, but I think like nothing's really like standing out to me. That might just be like me being inexperienced, but y'all will live with it. All right, North Pole Patrol, 2 and a blue. Tap it and untap another target permanent you control. Oh, that's cool. So you can untap something that was tapped. And you can waterbend 3 and tap the creature, and tap target creature and opponent controls. Okay, interesting. You do have to tap this creature in order to tap. Like, not, you know, separate from the creatures. So you gotta pay really 4 Waterbend, but it's not 4. It's 4 on top of this creature. I mean, a 3-mana 2/3 that can just tap another target permanent you control isn't bad. I mean, untap another target permanent you control. Because that could be a land. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give this one like a 4. I don't think that's terrible. Honest to God. Oh, last 20, you guys. We're getting there halfway through the video, and we're at 20 minutes. We shaved 2 minutes off from last time. I got to speed this stuff up. I'm so bad at this. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not bad at this. Okay. Octopus form, 1 blue, instant lesson. Target creature you control gets +1/+1, gains hexproof on the turn. Untap it. That's very simple. Like, it just hexproof a little bit bigger, and you untap it. I like that a lot. I'm going to give it like a 4. It's not crazy, but it's really cool. All right, otter penguin. Oh my God, they're so cute, you guys. I love the otter penguins. All right, not 2 and a blue. Oh my God, shut up. 1 and a blue, otter bird, obvi. It's cute as heck. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, this creature gets +1/+2 until the turn and can't be blocked turn. I love that. I think that's really cute. But it's also like 2/1, so you're getting relatively decent value for your 2 mana. I do like this a lot, so I'm definitely going to give this like a 3.5. I don't think it's going to do anything super crazy, but I do think it could go kind of crazy. Honestly, it could go pretty crazy in that prowess deck, like in a prowess deck. So I'm actually going to give this like a 5. This could go pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. All right, Rowdy Snowballers. 2 and a blue. When this creature enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Okay. Pardon me. When it enters, tap target creature. So you can just tap like whatever you want of an opponent's and then put a stun counter on it. That's not bad. Honestly, I kind of love the value of this. You're paying 3. It's a 2/2 when you're tapping something, putting up a stun counter on it. That's some pretty great. I like that a lot, actually. So, yeah, I'm going to give this like a 4, honestly. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. All right, Secret of Bloodbending. Ick. Bloodbending is nasty. 4 blue pips. You're not playing this. You're going to pull it. Someone's going to get it in their pre-release. You're like, oh, yes, I can make this deck work. No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to play mono blue. I'm being so serious. Be so careful with this. Lesson. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 10. What? You control target opponent during their next combat phase. If this spell's additional cost was paid, you control that player during their next turn instead. What? Wait. Rewind. Start again. 4 blue mana. Waterbend 10. Ooh, you don't have to. You may. So, this could be so bad. You control their combat phase if you just pay the 4 blue pips. But if you do the waterbend 10 and the 4 blue pips, then you just control their whole next turn. What in the world? This is crazy. I'm giving this like a freaking 8. Like, this is crazy. Now, I don't think it's going to get played that often. I don't think you should force playing it. But holy crap, it's going to be one of those cards like it gets played against you, you're fucked. You're just fucked. Pardon my French, but you're fucked. Like, that's insane. Oh, that's such a cool. Oh, y'all, this is so cool. All right, I've got to speed it up. I just spent like 3 minutes on one card. Oh my God. Okay, Serpent in the Past, 5 and 2 blue. Jesus. All right, if there are 3 more lesson cards in your graveyard, you can cast it as though it had flash. That's pretty cool. It costs 1 less to cast for each non-creature, non-land card in your graveyard. Oh, okay, I can get behind this because like it'll cost less, so you can kind of. You probably aren't playing it out for more than like 4 or 5 mana, as long as you've got a couple of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. So you want those lessons in your graveyard, which is the whole point of the prowess deck, is to have lessons in your graveyard. That's the whole point of it. And it's a 6/5, and you can cast it for less than the 7 mana. Yeah, worth it. Giving this like a 6. This is crazy. All right, Sokka's Haiku. Oh, stop. I remember this. This was literally such an embarrassing episode to watch. All right, counter target spell, draw a card, then mill 3 cards. Untap target land. I love it. It's literally written as a haiku. 3 words, 7 words, 3 words. I love that it's written as a haiku. Now, and it's 5 mana, counter target spell, draw a card, then mill 3 cards, untap target land. That's kind of crazy. It's a lot for a target counter spell, but you also draw a card and then mill, and then you untap a land. So really, it's like 4 mana because you're untapping a land. This is getting like an 8. This is really cool. Alright, Spirit Water Revival. 1 and 2 blue. Sorcery. It's an additional cost to cast a spell. You may waterbend 6. God, the other versions of these cards just look so cool. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, waterbend 6. Draw 2 cards. You just draw 2 cards for 3 mana. You pay 1 and 2 blue, and you draw 2 cards. But if you do the waterbend 6, then you get to shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw 7 cards, and have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game? What? So you keep what's in your hand anyway. You play this out. You pay the waterbend 6, and then you get to shuffle your graveyard in the library and then draw 7 on top of what you already have, because it never says discard your hand. Wow. And you already drew 2 cards. Oh no, this is an instead. Let's bold that. Wow. Wow. If you have the thing to be out here waterbending 6 for it, yeah, this is so worth it. This is like a 7. This is so cool. Alright. Teo, Spirited Glider. 3 and a blue, flying. Whenever one or more creatures you control with flying attack, draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard a non-land card this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I gotta read that again. Give me a second. I'm slow. Control a flying attack, draw a card, then discard a card. Alright. Ooh, but you gotta have 1 or more flying? And you're not really attacking with him. He's a 1/4. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll give it this like a 2. Alright, Legend of Karuk. So for 1 and 2, you're scrying 2, then drawing a card. Mine it's 2 and 2 blue. So freaking cool. You guys, it's just so cool. Okay, I can't. I gotta stop looking at $31. Sorry, I get distracted. Alright, scry 2, draw a card. Exile the Saga, return to the battlefield transformed. So you're just scrying 2 both turns and drawing a card. I kind of like that. And then you transform it, and it's, wow, that's really cool. And then it's whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 color spirit token with this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. And you can waterbend 20 and take an extra turn. Wow. And it's a 4/3. I'm not going to lie, this is a really, really cool. I'm giving this like this is an 8. This is an 8. This is really cool. All right, the Mechanist Aerial Artisan. I almost said Artesian. That's not what it says. It's Artisan. 2 and a blue. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a clue. Oh, well. You already know I run a clue deck. This might be a new include in the clue deck. Tap until end of turn. Target artifact token you control becomes a 3/1 construct artifact creature with flying. Okay, so you can literally just turn your clues into 3/1 flyers by tapping him. I actually like that a lot. I'm going to give that like a 5. How useful it's going to be, I have no idea, but I'm going to give it a 5. The Spirit Oasis. 2 and a blue. Shrine. Here's another shrine. Now, we've only seen 1 shrine per color so far. So when the Spirit Oasis enters, draw a card for each shrine you control. Whenever another shrine you control enters, draw a card. It almost feels like these are built for running at least 3 or 4 color commander, because they want you to have shrines entering and more than 1 shrine, clearly. So it does feel like they kind of want you to be running a 3 or 4 color thing, and to use the shrine abilities to their fullest extent, really and truly. But I'm not gonna lie, this isn't bad. You draw a card for each shrine, and then whenever a shrine enters, you draw a card. So it's like it's just some card draw, really and truly. I'm gonna give it like 4. That's not terrible. The Unagi of Kyoshi Island. 3 and 2 blue, flash, ward. Oh, so they can waterbend for the ward. Interesting. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, draw 2 cards. Whoa. So you can flash this in for 5 mana. They draw their second card each turn, and then you draw 2, and it's a 5/5. Honestly, this is like I'm giving this like a 5.5. This is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, tiger seal. I loved the like animals in this, like where it's like all mixed up. All right, vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap this creature. Interesting. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, untap it. Huh. So it's like, okay, like you can use it, but you need to be casting 2 spells per turn. This is definitely for the prowess deck, obvi. But honestly, 1 mana 3/3. As long as you're drawing the second card each turn, this is actually pretty great value. So I'm gonna give this like a 5.5, 6. This is great. All right, Ty Lee, Chi blocker. So flash, prowess, obvi. When Ty Lee enters, tap to 1 target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Ty Lee. Ooh, that's really cool because it's almost like stun, but like they have to remove your creature if they want to get their creature back. Because it's just a permanent stun. That's pretty cool, I won't lie. That is pretty neat. That's pretty nifty. I'm going to give it like a 3. I'm going to give it 4 because she's got prowess. All right. Wan Shi Tong. I don't know how to say it. I'll be honest. Wan Shi Tong. Librarian. X into blue. So, flash, flying vigilance. When it enters, put X +1/+1 counters on him. Then draw half X cards, write it down. Whenever an opponent searches our library, put a +1/+1 counter on him and draw a card. Okay, wait. He enters. You put however much you paid in +1s. And you draw half X cards, write it down. Oh, so then when someone has to search their library for like a land, a card, you put a +1 and draw a card. I like that. That's very, very flavorful. I'm going to give this like a 7. I really like that one. That's really cool. Okay, Waterbender Ascension. God, just look at the coolness. I don't like that one as much though. I like this one though because it's actually got like, I don't know, art. This just feels like squiggles. Anyways. Waterbender Ascension. 1 in a blue enchantment. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to the player, put a quest counter on this enchantment. Then if it has 4 or more quest counters, draw a card. Okay, so basically then each time you would put a quest counter on it, continuing forward past 4, you would draw a card. Ooh, and you can waterbend 4 and target creature can't be blocked. That's pretty cool. Because you could very easily just make your creatures unblockable. Or at least a creature unblockable. I don't mind that at all. I would definitely put this at like a 5. That's not bad. Alright, waterbending lesson. So 3 in a blue. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card unless you waterbend 2. Okay, so you just have to tap like 2 creatures or 2 artifacts. Or 1 of each, or pay 2. But you're drawing 3 cards. You discard. But you don't have to if you waterbend. I'm going to say this one's worth it. I'm going to say it's like a 3. That's not terrible. Because you're drawing 3. And you at least get to keep 2 of them if you don't want to pay the 2. But if you do pay the 2, some way, somehow, then you're chilling. Alright, waterbending scroll. 1 in a blue artifact. 6, tap it, draw a card. But it costs less for each island you control. You could just get this down to 0. I mean, if you have 6 islands out, then you're down to 0. It can become a 0 cost. Tap, draw a card. That's really cool because it's not, you can take it down to 0 because it's that colorless pip. I'm giving this like a 6 or a 7. This is really neat. This is really, this could be really good. Because you just even get this out early. You bring this out whenever and you just got some islands sitting out. Great yard, less. I mean, as long as it's a 2. I mean, as long as you have 4 islands out and it goes down to 2, tap, draw a card. It's no worse than a clue. But you have it all the time. 6 or 7 for that one. Sorry. All right, Watery Grasp. How many more we got? Oh, like literally 1 more after this. All right, Watery Grasp. Pay 1. Blue. Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So this is basically just another like, haha, stop. But this one you shuffle in your library. That's really interesting. So they have to waterbend 5. And then they shuffle it into their library. So no guarantee they get it back right away. But they could also get it like right on top of their just, that shuffling. I actually really like this. Like I said with the last one that we saw that was like Whip Pro. Once again, a lot like Whip Pro. But this one is just not untapping during its controller's untap step. And then you can shuffle it. Then, if they want it back, they have to shovel it back into their library. So there's no guarantee you even see it again during that game. And it's only 1 blue. So that's not bad. I'm going to give it like a 4. I'm going to give it a 5. Because at the very least, like, it doesn't untap. I'm going I'm gonna give it a 5. All right, last one for blue. We have Yue, the moon spirit. I remember her from the show. All right, so 3 and a blue, flying vigilance, waterbend 5. You may cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. So if you just like tap 5 artifacts, pay a little extra mana. Hi, honey.
Hey.
You want to come say hi to the people? I'm in my last card.
On blue?
Last card of blue. I did white already.
You, the moon spirit.
Yeah. Hi, honey. All right, come read it with me. So you pay 3 and a blue. Mm-hmm. Flying vigilant. You waterbend 5. Do you know what waterbend does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Making sure. I know you're one of these, but I want to make sure. Okay, waterbend 5. You can tap her, and then you cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. So it's not like the greatest thing for 4 mana, but she's also a 3/3. So like 4 mana flying vigilant 3/3 isn't too bad.
4 mana flying vigilant 3/3 is a good enough stat line that you play it.
Yes, but
like
the waterbend 5 isn't
it's better
bad.
than your standard or like your common or uncommon typical stat line. 3/3
Exactly.
flying vigilance for 4 is already good enough. Waterbend 5, tap her. You may cast a non-creature spell.
I mean, you can plan out whatever you want.
This is another omniscient standard style card, which like you're not going to pay 5 and tap. I mean, unless you're in like a really go wide deck, you're not going to do that.
True.
Because the spell you're casting costs less than 5 anyways.
Yes.
Unless you're tapping a bunch of creatures to effectively give your spell convoke.
Yes, because there also are a lot of things like where if this creature is tapped,
I mean,
X.
It lets you tap like 3 clues to help pay for a cost.
Yeah, there are a couple cards in here that make clues, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're always gonna have clues being made, but like it's just interesting to kind of see them.
Artifacts tap for waterbend, and clues give you card, which is the blue-black. Like draw your second card is the blue-black.
Okay, got it. So
clues
that's the black.
Are very good for this set.
Got it.
I mean,
I have got to show you this card.
It's not a bomb.
I was gonna show you this card when you got home, but y'all, we gotta show him this card. I don't know if it's on this page or not.
But I'm gonna call it.
What are you gonna give it?
Scroll down real quick. Scroll down. That card.
This card is insane.
Like this card is like people are saying it's gonna be the next like problematic commander.
Oh well, I mean, look it ain't even out and it's already going for.
Holy moly.
A shit ton of money. It's gonna be a fucking issue.
I haven't even read it.
Okay,
I've seen people talk about it, but I haven't read it.
X and 2 blue.
Yep.
Flash.
Okay.
Flying.
Yep.
Vigilance.
Okay.
That's the first 3 words.
It's a 1/1 though.
When it enters, put X +1/+1 counters on him. Then draw half X cards rounded down.
Yeah, that's already good.
Okay. Then, whenever someone searches their library, put a +1/+1.
That's going to be broken. So
that's going to be an issue.
Well, and draw a card. That's the bigger issue.
Yeah.
So
my butt's hurting sitting in this chair.
This is an issue specifically in like high power constructed where you're using sacrifice lands because you go and search for where you're using fetch lands. So that's why people are talking about it. Is that this is you don't pay that much, but you get out there and you basically say, okay, whenever someone fetches, I not only get a bigger commander, but I also draw a card.
I don't know if you've seen this card. I need to find it now.
I have not. I mean, I'm going to be a little back on I'm going to have to look through these on my own because I use making this video as my opportunity to, like prepare for pre-release. So I'm going to have to like look at the cards. Secret of Bloodbending. Okay, so you can't really play this in limited. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 10. You control target opponent during their next combat phase. If the spell's additional cost was paid, you control that player during their next turn instead. Gotcha. So it's another, I can't think, Mindslaver, I think is the name of the card that lets you take control of somebody's turn.
Let's look. So I already had to search up Whip Pro earlier. Just talk to people about this.
Mindslaver.
About Whip Pro. We have like one card that's very...
2 E's.
There's a card in blue that's very, very Whip Pro.
6 mana, pay 4 tap, sack it, you control target player.
And that's legit basically what this is.
Yeah, except the thing is that with Waterbend 10, you can use artifacts to tap for it. So this is something that you can... And honestly, controlling someone during the next combat phase for 4 blue in like a mono blue control
is not bad.
Is not bad at all.
But controlling someone for the next turn is crazy.
Now, to be fair, that's thinking about it from a commander perspective.
True, this is
because
limited.
all you're going to do if you control someone's combat...
I did tell the people, if you pull this...
It's not playable.
Don't play it.
It's not.
You're going to want to play it. Don't do it.
Well, because the thing is that in 1v1 like that, there's almost nothing that you... Like, yes, if they have weaker creatures than you,
This one was funny.
You could have them swing into your stronger creatures and like you end up sacking, like you end up basically sacking some of their creatures. Now, if they have like a sack effect, then taking control of their turn is awesome because you just like sack all their
sack
creatures.
Everything, get all the benefit, chill. So this one was funny.
But,
I liked this one because it was cute. Because it's, okay, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Except it's not legendary, it's a 4/4 hero.
Not legendary is already pretty good.
But then you create if you choose to create a token of that's a copy of target creature an opponent controls, it's now a 2/2 coward.
That is really funny.
I think it's cute.
That's very flavorful.
Isn't it? Like, it's so
And that's
cute.
a pretty good card, right? Because
it is. It's a pretty good card.
What is, oh goodness, what's the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
It lets you just make a copy of a creature except it's not
Kavaro.
legendary. No.
That's what I
enters,
talked about.
That's like enters as a copy, but there's one that, it's like 3 and 2 blue or something like that, and it's very popular. It was in like Commander Masters and everything.
I believe that. There was one that I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's basically just Whip Pro.
It's gonna bother me that I can't remember the name of that.
You'll remember eventually, I promise.
This
one, Honest Work. It's basically just a version of Whip Pro.
Enchant creature an opponent controls. When it enters, tap it and remove all counters from it. Well, remove all counters from it.
Is different from Whip Pro.
But it also... So here's the problem is that... Imprison in the Moon, which is in... Foundations, is not a good removal spell. And that's partially because it costs 3 mana, which this doesn't. But it's also partially because it gives them a land. So it's ramping your opponent. And in this case... The Citizen has base power 1/1, but it can tap to add.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know how I feel. Like, it is, but like, keep in mind that they're gonna be able to tap for mana with it. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're gonna do. It's basically a Whip Pro, but they're gonna be able to tap for mana.
I don't think it'll be as goated as Whip Pro.
No, because you can't tap for mana with Whip Pro. But that's why I pulled up Whip Pro.
That makes sense.
Was because I was talking about Whip Pro with this card. I was like, wait, let me double check what Whip Pro actually does because I can remember exactly what Whip Pro did.
Yeah, it's very similar.
But anyways. That's blue, you guys. We're seeing Exhaust. We saw an Exhaust come back.
I would give the last card like a 5 to a 6 out of 10, which for a rare is very, very low. Like the last one that I came on you talking about. I'd give it probably, maybe I'm going 6 out of 10, but I'm thinking probably closer to 5, which is low for a rare. But remember, if you happen to already be in those colors, that's still better than most of the uncommons or commons you're going to find, right? So obviously you take it if you are in blue, but it's not like a reason to draft blue, right?
No.
Whereas like... Some of the cards, like the one that draws you cards, the X draw card one, like Flying Vigilant,
the owl.
X and 2 blue, that is a reason to play blue.
Abso-freaking-lutely. But we're seeing Exhaust come back in this card.
Yeah, we have Exhaust on some of the other ones.
But it's interesting because like this one's like, okay, it just becomes a 3/3 and it's permanently a 3/3 now. Mm-hmm. Now it's just a creature.
Yeah,
so I think that's kind of cool.
I actually really like vehicles with Exhaust to become a creature.
I like that
especially
too.
if they also have crew, because then you have diversity. This one doesn't have another option to turn into a
creature, but it is removal. Well, it's bounce.
Return up to its owner's hand. Okay, so it's
a 3-mana bounce.
It's a slightly cheaper... effectively, if we're thinking Big Fin Bouncer that isn't a creature to begin with. So, like, it probably won't be as good as that card was, which was pretty solid.
No.
And that was at common. This was at uncommon, so, yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't call this anything crazy. I hope you gave it, like, a 4.
I don't know what I gave it. I'll be honest. I kept forgetting what I was giving.
It's probably good enough to be a 4. Just because Waterbend will come pretty easy. And even if you don't Waterbend it, you could Waterbend other things with it. You can tap it to pay its Waterbend cost, so it's effectively only 2.
Yeah, exactly. But, anyways, y'all. That's blue.
Yeah.
We did it. I did it.
How did white look?
White looks pretty good. I'll show it to you.
There's a counter. Go up to that counter.
Oh, yeah, it's a counter. It's, okay,
How bad is it?
This one's not bad. It's just a 2-mana. Pay 2.
Yeah, I don't know if
there's another one.
I'm just thinking. I see, my brain's thinking about standard now because I play enough of it. But
where's the haiku?
Where's the haiku?
Haiku.
Did you see that? That was adorable.
Yeah, the otter penguin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love otter penguins. They're literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's adorable.
I love otter penguins. Let me say. Sokka's haiku. It's 5.
That's a lot.
But it's really 4. Because untap target land. Counter target spell. Draw a card. Then mill 3 cards. And then untap target land.
That's an expensive amount of mana to hold up. So you'd have to be in a spell slinger deck anyway.
Exactly, that's what I said. Look at me.
Look
at me.
Obviously, you're not doing it on your turn.
Heck
which
no.
also means that you're not drawing the card on your turn. So it's like, you can't use it to like get the land you might need for a land drop or something like that.
This is
Obviously, Mill's pretty good if you happen to be in a graveyard synergy deck, but I don't know the synergies well enough yet to know.
You
if
want
that's-
lessons in your graveyard.
I mean, yeah, there are things that care about lessons in your graveyard. I've
So
seen
many
that.
things in blue care about lessons in your graveyard.
And even then, like 5 mana, you untap 1 land, probably isn't doing it. Just remember, you're wanting to play this because it's countering a spell on somebody else's turn. So you have to untap a land on somebody else's turn, which means you have to have something else to cast with this. It's just, yeah, it's not great.
No, but anyways.
It is
You
cool.
want to do the outro?
Sure. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I came in just at the very end, but I'm sure she did a wonderful job grading all the cards. Let us know what you guys think about each of the cards down in the... Down. There, down. There we go.
There you
Down
go.
in the comment section below. We'd love to hear what you guys think. Our opinion is, of course, just that, our opinion. So, I mean, hers is statistically correct, but
No, it's not.
factually, it is proven correct. We cannot argue with it, or I should say, I cannot argue with it.
Y'all
So
can argue with
you
it. I'll get
guys-
upset and block your comment.
You guys can. Okay, that's not.
That's not true.
Unless you're very rude.
If
Like,
you're
be
very
nice.
mean,
Be
then
nice.
yes.
But
Be
we want to know what
kind.
you guys think. What did we get wrong? What did we get right? We'd love to hear from you guys down below. If you're excited for this set, make sure you let us know. And we look forward to seeing you whatever comes next. Until then, may those rolls be ever in your favor. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace
out. Bye, y'all.